Why is racial data collection inconsistent across datasets? Imagine trying to put together a puzzle with pieces from different boxes. That's what it's like trying to compare racial data from various sources in the United States. Each dataset can tell a different story. The main reason is how race and ethnicity are defined and recorded. Different agencies and surveys use different categories, and these change over time. For example, one survey might ask people to pick one race, while another allows selecting multiple races. Sometimes federal standards update, but not all organizations switch at the same pace. Another factor is how the data is collected. Some datasets relying on people reporting their own race and ethnicity, which is usually the most accurate. But others use records from hospitals, schools, or government agencies that might guess or use algorithms to fill in gaps. These methods can misclassify people, especially for groups like Asian or Pacific Islander populations, or those who identify as Hispanic. This leads to inconsistencies in how groups are represented. Missing data also plays a role. Sometimes, race or ethnicity information isn't recorded at all, especially during medical visits or when someone passes away. When data is incomplete, it's harder to get a clear picture of racial disparities. Data entry practices vary too. Some organizations manually input information, which can introduce errors, while others use electronic systems that might not always match fields correctly. The social aspect of race and ethnicity adds another layer. Race is a social construct, and how someone reports it can depend on who is asking and the context. For instance, a person might identify differently depending on the situation or the person recording their information. All these factors make it tough to get a consistent view of racial data across different datasets. This inconsistency makes it harder for policymakers and researchers to understand and address racial disparities accurately. Efforts are ongoing to standardize how data is collected and improve self-reporting methods. These steps aim to create clearer, more reliable data that can help build fairer policies and better serve all communities. In the end, differences in classification standards, collection methods, incomplete data, processing practices, and the social nature of race itself all contribute to why racial data collection isn't always the same across datasets.